Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa split up before their wedding day. Very few relationships can resist the damage that Hollywood inflicts on them. Naturally, a large portion of the population is pulling for the ones that do survive. Consider Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos as an illustration. They're a power duo who have been crushing it for years. They're so much more than just co-hosts on Live with Kelly and Mark. The two first connected during Consuelos' 1995 soap opera All My Children audition, and their romance immediately took off, especially after Consuelos was chosen to play the love interest of Ripa's character. On May 1, 1996, they fled to Las Vegas and welcomed their first child a little over a year later. In 2023, the celebrity couple has 3 kids, a hit TV show, and a solid reputation as one of the best partnerships in the industry. You might be astonished to find that their romance almost didn't happen because of how impenetrable they were. Once, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos ended their relationship. The characters played by Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos in All My Children had a protracted on-screen romance. In fact, as the TV legend said on Lunch with Bruce in 2018, Ripa had a vision that they would get together when she saw Consuelos' image before to his audition. Many folks undoubtedly weren't shocked when Ripa and Consuelos fell in love outside of the spotlight. On the soap opera, the couple's chemistry was so powerful that it was impossible to deny the obvious sparks between them. The actors did, however, attempt to dispute it at one point. Before getting married, Ripa and Consuelos had a brief breakup, which the creators of the podcast Comments by Celebs managed to get Ripa to admit. She said, "We broke up, and then we got back together the day before we went off and eloped." On a Watch What Happens live segment, Consuelos acknowledged that they had broken up and said that he had initiated the attempt to woo her back. Riverdale star claims, "When we were together, she wouldn't talk to me and that made me go crazy, so I followed her in Central Park, and then we went back to my place, and we got married the next day." They have no intention of renewing their vows. Mark Consuelos didn't go into detail about what he said or did to convince Kelly Ripa to come back to him, but whatever it was, it must have worked because less than 24 hours later, they were on their way to a Las Vegas chapel. People claims that in 2021, when Ripa and Ryan Seacrest co-hosted Live with Kelly and Ryan, Ripa referred to the wedding chapel they were married in as the scene of the crime by displaying a somewhat fuzzy image of it. Given that Ripa mentioned the family's 2009 trip to Sin City, it seems likely that one of the couple's kids took the picture. Consuelos and Ripa insist that vow renewals are a sure sign of divorce and will never be discussed despite returning to the location. They are very superstitious about vow renewals, according to Ripa, who even called them a pre-divorce in another episode. Consuelos and Ripa both firmly rejected the idea of rededicating their vows on live television when the show's executive producer floated the idea. Even though they don't want to repeat their Vegas elopement with a live broadcast vow renewal, we're still pulling for their marriage. The actors are still very much in love, if their chemistry on Live with Kelly and Mark is any indicator after over 3 decades.